Hello guys and girls, welcome. In this video I would like to talk about the individual missions, but this time for the medium tanks. So let's go one by one. First mission, first steps: cause damage to an enemy vehicle, win the battle, be among the top 10 players, by experience, survive the battle. Pretty much for this take your favorite medium, but other than that it can be done with any medium. Just do some damage and you should be able to be among the top 10 players, and if you focus on surviving you will even get a secondary reward, which is 25,000. Second mission, run and gun. Shoot and cause damage to an enemy vehicle while on the move. Secondary condition, shoot and destroy an enemy vehicle while on the move. Okay, so you have to destroy a guy on the move. So for this, a tank with great accuracy or stabilization of the gun is required. For example, the T62A Object 140, pretty much any Tier 10, they have good stabilization. Tier 9s like the Patton Pershing. From the lower tires, for example the VK3002M or the Russian T34, T3485 are really good as well, especially the T34 if you have a Tier 5 or don't have a higher Tier medium, because it shoots really fast, 1.9 seconds reload, so you will have so many tries to do it. And shoot and destroy an enemy vehicle on the move. I think you should focus on this in the mid to late game, where you can just auto aim and drive around and kill and destroy an enemy vehicle. So don't try to do it early game, just focus on the first objective, and then when you have the chance, auto aim and circle someone, and you will do the secondary as well. Third mission, the Spearhead. Cause damage to an enemy vehicle during the first 5 minutes of the battle, and secondary, survive the battle. So just play cautiously. Pretty much if you shoot once you have already done the primary. If you shoot once at an enemy vehicle during the first 5 minutes. So this mission should be really easy. Use any you can use any medium from Tier 4 to Tier 10. If you have like a favorite medium, just play with it. Nothing special is required for this one. Medium mission 4, stay still, would you? Destroy a track of an enemy vehicle and cause damage to the immobilized vehicle before its track is repaired. Secondary, destroy an immobilized enemy vehicle before its track is repaired. For this I would recommend a Tier 6 and above. A Tier 6 with a higher alpha, for example starting with the, let's see, the Russians T3485 is really nice, because like the scouts this has 180 alpha. 180 and like above is the magic number to shoot off tracks in one shot. So anything higher will work, anything lower, I mean you can still do it, no problem, but you will require multiple shots. So it can be done. I think I have driven the Object 416, or a really universal tank is this one, the T54. Pretty much it has all the, it has the accuracy on the move, it has the rate of fire, it has pretty much everything. So you don't really need a Tier 10, just pick your favorite tank. I mean even the T3485. For the Germans or for the other nations, France, like really a medium tank is the Lorraine, they don't have medium tanks. Japan, STA1 is really nice. Lower tiers, not so much. The Chinukai, those are sniper tanks. Type is really nice, STB is nice as well. USA, all the tanks, except those with the derp gun, because then you have to aim. So yeah, you can shoot off the tracks with the Pershing, Super Pershing Patton, everything. Those are really nice tanks. Okay, counter reconnaissance. Destroy an enemy light tank, survive the battle. This can be done pretty much in any tank, but preferably you should take a tank with a great view range, for example Pershing or the Patton. As you can see, the view range is above the magic number 445, so you can spot the light tank at the maximum range the game will allow you to. If you have lower view range, pretty much you will spot the scout later than you would like to. So anything with a good view range, just try to counter a position where scouts usually go, but you will do this quite quickly. I think it is not really a problem to kill a scout. If you have problems with this mission, take something lower like the T-34, T-34-85 or the Tier 5, Tier 6 German tanks, and you can kill the Crusader, which is like many people play the Crusader at Tier 5. It is pretty much a medium tank, but in the game designation it is like a light tank. As you can see, elite light tank, but this tank doesn't have like a light tank matchmaking. So if you play at Tier 5, Tier 6, you will usually meet this tank, and it is really to kill that guy. So mission number 6, rapid fire. Cause damage to an enemy vehicle of 3 different types, survive the battle. So yeah, this one is not really complicated, just shoot 3 different classes. If you, for example, are in a position where you can shoot at multiple enemies, shoot once at each of the classes. So shoot once at a medium, shoot once at a TD, for example, and shoot once at a heavy, and you will do the mission. You don't have to kill them, you don't have to deal a certain amount of damage, just shoot 3 different classes. One shot is enough, so if you land 1 shot per vehicle type, you will do the mission. If you survive the battle, you will also do the secondary for 35,000. So, mission number 7, a surprise blow. Destroy an enemy SPG, so destroy an enemy RT and survive the battle. I think it is RT, because some missions had an incorrect description, but I think you have to destroy an RT. So one RT, well, it might be tricky because not all games have an RT in them, but now when the missions are live, like they are free, or 4 RTs per game usually, so this shouldn't be that hard. Just play normally, and in a couple of games you should be able to kill the SPG and maybe even survive the battle. For this also there is no requirement of tire. You can do it in any vehicle, Tier 5 to Tier 10, even the Tier 4. Confrontation. Destroy 2 enemy medium tanks, survive the battle. Again, in this you can pick your favorite medium. If you want to do it faster, like at Tier 5, usually you can like wreck the enemies. So if you take M4 Sherman or the Russian T-34 Tier 5, in these tanks you usually can do 5-6 kills per game. So if you are not that good, or if you don't want to play higher tires, lower tires are really good to destroy 2 enemy medium tanks. Especially the M4 Sherman with the derp gun, I think will work great for this. So, medium mission 9, the Incinerator. Send an enemy vehicle on fire, be among the top 5 players on your team. So this is a really tricky one, and even guys from the clan, and even me, I was really struggling with this. So be among the top 5 players is not really like difficult, but set an enemy vehicle on fire is quite difficult. What I would suggest, focus Russian tanks. Object 140 burns if you are playing high tires. IS-7s in the back. Object 263 tank destroyers. Like Russian tanks really burn really nicely. Even like if you go lower, the IS Tier 7 heavy, IS-3 as well, T-34, KV-1. KV-1 burns really nicely, and the KV-85, if you shoot them in the back, those are the tanks that burn most of the time, I think. Next great choices are the T29, T32, T34 American heavies. If you shoot them in the back, like 1 or 2 shots should set them on fire. Those tanks burn really nicely as well. Then the Tiger, if you can shoot it from the side near the front, or near the where the transmission is, or towards the rear, even the Tiger can burn. Tiger 2 from the rear probably as well. So focus Russian guys, if you, or Soviet guys, if you cannot find them, focus American heavy tanks in the rear, and you should be able to set them on fire. So then the secondary be among the top 5 players. Yeah, if you can do this, I think you will be among the top 5 players, because the fire usually gives you like a good amount of damage if they don't have an extinguisher, or if they press it too late. If they have a premium extinguisher, of course you won't do as much damage. Mission number 10, good hit. Fire at least 6 shots that cause damage to an enemy vehicle. Pretty much for this, I would recommend even a lower tire, or a tank like the T54, T62 that fire fast. You don't really need a big alpha. Like for example, if you compare the tanks like Germany, you know, probably the reload on the E50, E50M, it is 8.1 seconds, and you just need to deal 6 shots, so it doesn't really matter if you have 400 alpha on the E50M. You can do it faster if you drive something like the Panther, for example, which reloads like 4 seconds and shoots really fast. You just need to land the shots. So best choice probably if you go lower tire, this little bugger, because this shoots like 1.9 seconds, so you can land those shots really easily. Secondary, destroy a vehicle. I mean, 1 kill per game is the standard, or you usually do destroy 1 enemy vehicle, so you can do the secondary as well, especially at tier 5. Ram them. Destroy an enemy vehicle by ramming, win the battle. This one is also a tough nut to crack. I mean, with the Incinerator mission, this one is probably like one of the hardest to crack. So for ramming, you need a tank that is speedy and that has enough weight. For example, see the weight of the T-34 of 28 tons. So I have done it in the. I think I have done the ramming in the E50M. And for the T-28 I have done it in the regular E50 to tier 9, because those tanks, especially the E50M, has also speed and is really heavy. The E50 is pretty much the same, but it doesn't have the speed because it has a worse engine. So the Germans are really nice for that. If you don't have high tire mediums, I mean the tier 8 Panther can work, but it is also not very speedy. If you go lower, the VK 3002D is really good, 40 tons. Panther, the same story. Panther probably even better than the VK. This VK, I don't know about the T25. Yeah, it is really light, so this one is not a good one. From the other lines, nothing really comes to mind. Like the Americans don't have like tanks that are mobile and heavy. So the Pershing 43 tons. Yeah, with the Pershing you can probably do it with the Patton, but the Russians are the Germans are really better for this. The Russians not really good, because those tanks are really light, as you can see. T55, the T54 34 tons, Object 140, 36. So the Russians not really good. Do it with the Germans if you can. Okay, team play. As a platoon, destroy 3 enemy vehicles. Each platoon member must cause damage. So this one is a tricky one. Play in a platoon and go together and focus those guys. So if your platoon mate shoots someone, just land a shot in that guy as well, and you should be able to kill 3 enemy vehicles. I mean, for a platoon it is like 1.5 kills per game. So it can be done, and just focus the same guys and you should be even able to do the secondary, so each platoon members must cause damage to the enemy vehicle. Stay together and you will do the mission. Mission number 14, an active action. As a platoon, cause a total of 3000 damage to enemy vehicles. I mean, for every mission where you have to deal damage, and especially like damage of 3000, like you can do it even on tier 5. If you play really well with 2 tanks, you can do like 1500 per player or per tank and do the 3000 combined. But I would recommend to do this on, let's say, tier 8 or tier 9. If you can play tier 10, it would be even better. So the higher the tier, the easier it is to get 3000 damage. And the platoon member must be among the top 5 players. I mean, for the secondary, tier 9 is really good, because tier 9s don't have that much of an expected damage. But if you do, like, let's say 2000 in a tier 9, it will count much better towards the top 5 players, as if you did like 3500 alone in a tier 10, because tier 9s you don't really need to do that much damage and you will be rated really nicely. And tier 9s I have usually the same guns or just a little bit worse than the tier 10s. Okay, mission number 14, a worthy opponent. Destroy an enemy heavy tank that is 1 tier higher than your vehicle, survive the battle. Well, for this I would recommend you to play with someone in a platoon, because when I was playing I was getting trolled by the matchmaker, and I was playing at tier 8 or tier 9, but I was getting the same tier matchmaking. So when I have played tier 8, I was getting tier 8 matches most of the time, while when those missions were not online, I was getting tier 10 all the time. But when I got, like, for example, a tier 10, there were not many heavies, or I couldn't like reach them easily with a tier 8. So this one is really tricky as well. I would hunt for this in a tier 7 tank like the T20 American. This one is really nice, because you have the alpha damage of 240, which is pretty much a tier 8 tank alpha damage. Also with gold you have insane amount of penetration, 243 penetration on gold, so you can wreck anyone, even a tier 8, tier 9 tank. So with this it should be really good to hunt for a heavy that is 1 tier higher, and your platoon mate should take a tier 8 tank. So you will get that +1 on matchmaker. So you will, if your platoon mate is driving a tier 8 and you are in a tier 7, you will always get tier 8 games, always. So that is guaranteed, and then you can hunt for the +1 tier tank. If you play alone, it will be a bit harder to do. So the hunter and the hunted. Destroy 2 enemy tank destroyers, survive the battle. This one is a bit tricky. I mean, you can kill 2 enemy tank destroyers. Also, there are no like requirements to deal damage, so you can do it like easy on tier 5 even with your medium, like the M4 Sherman, for example, or the Russians. I have done it at tier 8, killing a Borsig and I think a T28 prototype with a Centurion. And then you have to survive the battle. It is easier to do it on a lower tier, because there is no requirement to deal any damage. So if you kill 2 guys at tier 5, which is quite like, it is easier than do it on tier 10, where you have to kill, like, let's say 2 Jagdpanzers E100. So for this, go lower tier and you should be good. So that's it for the medium missions. I hope you like the video. If you do, please press the like button and leave some comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.